Resilience, Reinvention, and Healing, the Black Professional's Journey. Have you ever been handed a box of receipts and told, here, make something of this? That moment when chaos meets opportunity, when disorganization presents itself as a blank canvas for creation, is terrifying, isn't it? Yet, in that terror lies the seed of transformation. I recently had the extraordinary privilege of interviewing LaToya Woods for the Soft Girl Era podcast, and I'm still processing the profound wisdom she shared. LaToya isn't just a visionary, she's a revolutionary force reshaping how we think about Black professional success. Her work has touched thousands of lives, creating ripples of healing that extend far beyond individual careers into communities, families, and future generations. What makes LaToya truly exceptional is her refusal to separate professional achievement from personal wholeness, a perspective that challenges everything we've been taught about making it in spaces not designed for us. Today, I want to share the illuminating insights from our conversation because her message, we can make it, let's heal, isn't just a catchy phrase. It's a radical reimagining of professional development that acknowledges the unique challenges Black professionals face while offering a roadmap to genuine thriving. The professional journey for Black individuals often resembles a labyrinth rather than a ladder. We navigate spaces not designed with us in mind, carrying histories both personal and collective that influence how we show up. But what if we approach this journey differently? What if healing and achievement weren't separate pursuits, but interconnected processes? Let's start with the power of resilience in professional journeys. Consider LaToya Faustine, who joined She Built This City in 2020 as their first employee. Imagine walking into a new role and being handed, quite literally, a box of receipts, a physical manifestation of disorganization and challenge. Many would see this as a red flag, a reason to run. But LaToya saw possibility. This box of receipts wasn't just paper, it was symbolic of the messiness that often accompanies new ventures, particularly those led by and serving underrepresented communities. Resources are tight, systems aren't established, the foundation isn't yet solid. But rather than being deterred, LaToya rolled up her sleeves and began creating structure from chaos. As LaToya Woods so eloquently put it during our interview, sometimes the most beautiful gardens grow from the most disturbed soil. This perspective shift is crucial for Black professionals who often encounter systems that weren't built with their success in mind. But resilience alone isn't enough. Our conversation revealed a second critical element: the power of personal branding as a tool for professional growth and, yes, healing. Take LaToya Shambo, who has established herself as a partnerships and global marketing expert with an impressive following of 22,000 on Instagram. Her clear self identification as a global marketer, speaker, founder isn't just about career positioning, it's an act of self definition in a world that often tries to define us in limiting ways. For Black professionals, personal branding isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. It's about taking control of your narrative in spaces where stereotypes and biases might otherwise define you. It's about declaring your expertise with such clarity and confidence that it becomes undeniable. As LaToya Woods emphasized in our interview, your personal brand isn't just what you put on LinkedIn. It's the healing journey of recognizing your worth and refusing to let others diminish it. This perspective transforms personal branding from a marketing exercise into an act of self reclamation and healing. But here's where things get complicated. and where our conversation with LaToya Woods became particularly illuminating. Black professionals, especially women, often navigate multiple identities simultaneously. We're not just employees or entrepreneurs, we're daughters, mothers, partners, community members, and so much more. This brings us to our third insight: the delicate art of balancing multiple roles while pursuing professional goals. This balance isn't just about time management, it's about energy management, boundary setting, and yes, healing from the expectation that we must compartmentalize ourselves to succeed. Consider LaToya Watts, who identifies as a mompreneur, explicitly acknowledging the dual roles she navigates. Or LaToya Mosley, who leads with God First Mom in her digital creator identity. These aren't just descriptors, they're declarations that these women refuse to fragment themselves for professional acceptance. As LaToya Woods beautifully articulated during our interview, the most revolutionary act for a Black professional is to bring your whole self to work, not just the parts that make others comfortable. This integration of our multiple identities isn't just personally fulfilling, it's professionally powerful. It allows us to draw on our full range of experiences, perspectives, and strengths. But what happens when our professional journey takes an unexpected turn? When the path we've invested in suddenly disappears beneath our feet? This brings us to perhaps the most compelling story we discussed with LaToya Woods: the journey of LaToya Luckett. After departing from the globally successful group Destiny's Child, LaToya faced what many would consider a devastating professional setback. The group she helped build became one of the most successful in music history. Without her, she could have been defined by this loss, forever known as the one who left Destiny's Child. Instead, LaToya embarked on a remarkable journey of reinvention. After an unsuccessful attempt to form a new group called Aniel, she signed with Capitol Records as the solo artist. The result? Her self titled debut album debuted at number one on the Billboard 200 and achieved platinum status, making her one of only two Destiny's Child members, alongside Beyonce, to achieve this milestone. This isn't just a story about professional success after failure, it's about healing through reinvention. It's about refusing to let a single chapter, even a painful one, define your entire story. As LaToya Woods noted in our conversation, sometimes the greatest gift is being forced to reimagine your path. The healing happens in the reimagining. These stories of LaToya Faustine, creating order from chaos, LaToya Shambo, defining her expertise on her own terms, and LaToya Luckett reinventing herself after a major setback, illustrate different facets of the same powerful truth. Black professionals can make it, and healing is an essential part of the journey. But how do we actually do this? How do we create space for both professional growth and personal healing? Our conversation with LaToya Woods yielded four practical strategies that I'm excited to share with you. First, document your journey, both successes and setbacks. There's healing in witnessing your own evolution, in seeing how far you've come. As LaToya Woods said, your journal is both evidence and medicine. It shows you your progress when imposter syndrome tries to erase it. Second, find mentors who understand your unique challenges as a Black professional. Not just any mentor, but someone who can relate to the specific intersections of identity you navigate. Someone who won't ask you to shrink or compartmentalize yourself to succeed. Third, create boundaries that protect your well being while pursuing excellence. This might mean saying no to opportunities that demand your competence but damage your spirit. It might mean defining success on your own terms rather than chasing external validation. And finally, build community with others who can relate to your experiences. There's profound healing in the simple recognition that you're not alone, that your challenges aren't personal failings, but systemic barriers that others have faced and overcome. As LaToya Woods so powerfully stated, community isn't just support, it's evidence. Evidence that we can make it, that healing is possible, that joy is our birthright, even in spaces that weren't built for us. What strikes me most about these strategies is that they acknowledge a fundamental truth. For Black professionals, the processes of achieving and healing often happen simultaneously rather than sequentially. We don't get to heal first and then pursue our ambitions. We don't get to succeed first and then attend to our well being. We must do both, often in environments that make both challenging. And perhaps that's the most revolutionary insight from our conversation with LaToya Woods. This integration of professional achievement and personal healing isn't just necessary for survival, it's actually the secret to sustainable success. When we approach our careers with both ambition and tenderness, when we pursue excellence without sacrificing wholeness, when we refuse to fragment ourselves for professional acceptance, we don't just survive in spaces not built for us. We transform them. We create new possibilities, not just for ourselves, but for everyone who comes after us. I stand before you today not just as a professional who has achieved certain milestones, but as a human being still actively healing, still learning to bring my whole self to every room I enter. And I invite you to join me in this dual journey of achievement and healing. Because the world doesn't just need your talent, it needs your healed talent. It needs your whole self showing up with both your brilliance and your tenderness. The systems we navigate weren't designed for our success, but that doesn't mean we can't succeed. It means we must succeed differently with intention, with community, and with a commitment to our own healing. So today I challenge you: reject the false choice between professional success and personal wholeness. Refuse to compartmentalize yourself for others' comfort. Document your journey. Find mentors who see all of you. Create boundaries that protect your spirit. Build community that reminds you you're not alone. And remember the powerful truth that LaToya Woods shared: we can make it. Let's heal. Not as separate pursuits, but as a single revolutionary path forward. Because when Black professionals heal as we achieve, we don't just change our own lives, we change the very definition of success for generations to come. The revolution isn't just about breaking glass ceilings, it's about gathering the shards and creating something new, something whole, something that reflects the fullness of who we are. That is our challenge. That is our opportunity. That is our birthright. Thank you.